Yo, what's good guys, it's Jax back with another one. Today I want to take the time to talk about how I win streak in Bedwars, the things I do outside of Bedwars to help with that, and the strats I use when queuing maps. I think it's an incredibly underrated topic that an average Bedwars player wouldn't know, and I'm kind of here to share that with you guys today. The first thing that I do outside of Bedwars is an overlay. Overlays provide you with all the stats of the players in your game, which is kind of essential for preventing snipers. It's 2024 and winning games consistently without dodging is incredibly hard. Overlays aren't really necessarily to dodge the high star players, and it's not because the actual legit players are any harder to fight, it's just because cheaters. Cheating's become so normalized in Bedwars, it's actually crazy, and it's hard to combat that with just pure skill. And the first overlay that comes to mind when I talk about overlays is anti-sniper. I've used anti-sniper for almost 3 years and I've never had issues with it. It's based off a Bedwars stats overlay, which is kind of rumored to be a rat, but I used that for a year prior to anti-sniper and I've personally never had problems with it. So if you're worrying about being ratted or beamed, whatever you want to call it, so there's other alternatives to anti-sniper like Cubify, which is also a really good overlay. I won't be doing a tutorial on that today, but I'll leave the Discord in the description below for you guys who are kind of worried about being ratted. But anti-sniper, I've never ever had a problem with it. I've used it for almost 3 years. It's been out for almost 3 years, and they have the biggest API in Hypixel history. So all around, it's the most reliable overlay personally for me. The first thing you're gonna want to do when you're downloading anti-sniper is have your Minecraft open. Just makes it easier. You're then gonna want to go to their Discord, go to how to verify, type this server in, mc.antisniper.net. That'll bring you here. So what this is basically connecting your Minecraft account to the anti-sniper API. So what you're gonna want to do after you got that code, you're gonna want to go to the anti-sniper bot, click on his profile, hit message. So and then you're gonna want to do /link, click code. So what that'll do is link your account to anti-sniper, and that'll also give you your API key, which is important. So then you're gonna want to go down to overlay. I've never used crazy overlay. I've never heard anything good about it. I don't know if it's good. It's updated frequently, so it might be good, but I'm not sure. But I go to the normal overlay here. You're gonna want to download it, the latest version. It's gonna say potential dangerous download, but Discord does that with everything and you have nothing to worry about. So click continue to download. What you're gonna want to do after you download the overlay is go down your search bar, type in overlay. So this right here is your actual overlay. This right here has nothing to do with the overlay. You don't have to worry about this. If it says buffer reset down here, just close it out, reset it again, and run it back again. It'll do that pretty frequently, so you might have to reset it a few times. Okay, so when you download your overlay, it's gonna look a little bit like mine. I normally turn my opacity down because I think it looks a lot better like that. And I normally turn my size up so I can see it easier. So first, you're gonna wanna have anti-snipe checked. That should be default. I have lobby shut off normally. In windowed mode, you can have it on. That just makes it so you don't have to click the 3 dots to move the overlay around. I think it's just a little bit easier. Auto who, I personally don't use that. I feel like it's a little glitchy. Win streak estimates, that's really important. Always have this on. Custom tags, turn it on, mine as well. And dnick. You can dnick people. It's really nice. Doesn't work all the time. It's not as accurate as it used to be. Dnickers aren't as updated as they used to be. So the dnicker can be wrong sometimes, but it's better to have it on than off. So after you have all your settings here, you're gonna make sure you wanna hit save. If you don't hit save, then your config won't save and it'll just go back to default every time you load it, which is kind of annoying, but just make sure you save it. So what I do with this is I normally put it on my second monitor. If you don't have a second monitor, it's fine. You queue a game in Hypixel, you can tab out and see this is me. I'm nicked, so it's obviously gonna say nicked. Another nick just joined. If you don't have 2 monitors, then it's kind of hard to use an overlay, but you also don't need to be tabbed in your game to look at the stats of players, which is fine. So you can just AFK in game. You don't have to worry about the game at all to look at the stats. If the people's stats aren't showing up, what you're gonna want to do is /who. That'll show everyone's stats who are currently in the game. So as you can see, this is me. I'm nicked. This is me right here. I'm nicked. There's another nick in this game. There's a 100 star with 3 FKDR, and it's gonna show their estimated win streak. Also, if you want to see your party stats, you can do /t@p, and it'll show you all your party stats. But I'm obviously not in a party, so it's not going to show anything. So the other overlay that I talked about in the start of this video is Cubify. You're going to want to go to Microsoft Store, download Cubify. Super simple to set up. You can join their Discord. I'll put it down in the description for you guys, so you guys can set this up pretty easily. With Cublify, you do have to use the Hypixel API, which is kind of why I use the anti-sniper, because it's a lot more user-friendly, and the Hypixel API gets a lot confusing now that they removed /API new, and a lot of people don't know how to use it. So another thing I talked about in the start of this video was the strats I use when queuing maps. Normally when I go for a win streak, I use about the same 3 maps. So personally in threes, I use Raise, Kubo, and Zen Plaza. It's just these maps are the safest, and I feel that it's the easiest to not get sniped on these maps, because even if a sniper's over here and your team takes out this team, your team will be pretty stacked and can normally kill a sniper, which I've done in multiple videos before, as you guys have seen. That's why this is my favorite map. It is my #1 map to queue. But what do I mean it's my #1 map to queue? What am I talking about? So when I said I had 3 maps, I have a main map. That's Raise, the map that I consistently play. So say there's a bad queue in this map, and I can't queue this map because there's sweats in this game. So what I'm gonna do is re-queue. I'm not gonna queue Raise again, because if I queue Raise again, I'm just gonna be put into the lobby. I'm in the same exact lobby as I was in before, and they're not obviously gonna fold because I just folded to them. So what you're gonna want to do is go to your second map, Kubo. This is a great map too. It's really safe. Take out your first rush, and you can still kill snipers even if you get sniped. Say there's a bad queue on this map. Then you go to the third map. The third map, Zen Plaza. Not my favorite map, but it's alright. Still pretty safe. Take out the first rush, and then you try and kill the snipers, if there is any. So say there's a bad queue in this map too. What you're gonna want to do is wait, I'd say about 20 seconds, and then you're gonna want to go back to the first map. And by this time, I'm in a new lobby, the sweats are gone, and I just repeat the cycle until I get a good queue. The thing that separates good players from great Bedwars players is patience. If you're trying to go for a win streak and you're not willing to be patient, then you're not going to get a good win streak. You're just going to lose at something like 100 and be tilted and get off Bedwars. It's not how we want to do it here. So yeah, I think these strats are incredibly underrated when trying to go for win streaks, and that's how I personally do it. There's probably a lot of other ways to do it, but personally for me, it works well, and I've gotten plenty of 200, 300 win streaks, 500 win streaks by just doing that. I'll catch you boys.